2023 is officially over, and now I gotta give my thoughts and give a retrospective of what happened this year and what I did and all that. This is gonna be an unscripted video, so if you hear a lot of ums and pauses, it's gonna be me just kind of recollecting. I do have a script, or like a small, not really a script, but just something to that I can, like, that helps me to see, like, little notes where I can understand where I'm coming from and where you guys, what I'm trying to say. So yeah, let's try to keep this concise and fair and reasonable. All right, so 2023 overall has been a weird year for me. Not good or bad, really. Just really a lot of points where I just wasn't. It was a mixed bag, if that makes any sense. Like, in the beginning of the year, I released that one video, the What Once Was story of hers. That was back in 2022, the last couple in December of that year. But it melted into 2023 so seamlessly that it may as well have been a 2023 release. And in a way, that video changed my life because I was not expecting the amount of success it was going to have and the amount of views and comments that I would be getting. That number today, the number when I received it, like, it was going up and up and up, and I was like, what was going on? And I was in the middle of vacation in Universal, just hanging out with my friends, just talking and doing things with them, and all of a sudden I see this blow up in my feed, comments and likes and views pop up out of nowhere, and I didn't know how to respond because nothing like this had ever happened to me before. So when this happened, I was just kind of perplexed. I didn't really know how to handle it. I sent out a video on my Snapchat saying how grateful I was, and clearly explaining how special it made me feel, and how just seeing all these people that I've never met before just kind of give out that kind of response, it made me feel special. It made me feel like I was doing a good thing. So that was just something that I really wasn't expecting, and it definitely weighed over my head for a couple months. It's both a good and bad thing, because it was good because it did help me and did help made me believe that I was doing something good. But at the same time, I was thinking that I could just live off of this and I'd be okay, and that's not exactly what happened, and that's not exactly how it turned out. So moving on from that, I had a Super Bowl party that I had with a couple of friends of mine and a couple family members, and that was a big success because everyone was just having fun, everyone just interacting, watching the game. It didn't matter if you liked football or not. It was just matter that you were there and you were just chilling and having a good time, and it was great. I really enjoyed doing that. I want to do another one in the future and possibly make this a traditional thing where we all just gather together and watch the big game. So that happened. I went to the Dominican Republic. Now, for most of you who don't know, most of the people who know me, they do know, but most of you who don't know, my mother is from the Dominican Republic, so I am part Dominican. So I had only been there once when I was 4 years old, and I hadn't had a chance to go back until much recently, in earlier this year, and it was just a very fascinating experience, seeing all those interesting and beautiful locales that I hadn't really had a chance to go to, only seen in pictures, but seeing them and hearing my mother's perspective and hearing her talk about these things and talk about how she once lived through those experiences and seen those monuments when she was younger. It was very awe-inspiring, and it made me realize that my mom came a long way, and hearing her story really touched me in a personal way that I wouldn't have been able to get if she hadn't come. So that was really great. I took some photos just in case if you hadn't already seen. I got a brand new car this year, a brand new 2020 Honda Accord. That thing, I love that thing, don't get me wrong, but man, that thing is just eating into my wallet every time. Those monthly car payments, man. God damn, man. It's been crazy. It's been crazy having that thing. I like it. I love it though. Don't get me. I love it. It's brand new, shiny. I take care of it. Take great care of it. I pay all those monthly loans. It's great. I love it. It's just I need the money, man. I went to jury duty this year. It sucked. That jury duty you got to do it. I had to do it. I'm glad I got it out of the way, and glad I wasn't called and did anything out of the first day. But man, you're there for hours, and you're just sitting there listening to people talk, and you kind of trying not to doze off because you don't want to seem rude. But damn, man, it's hours upon hours. It pretty much takes up your whole day, essentially. So yeah, that's what it is. Peach wine was a thing. Peach wine, there's two parts of the peach wine thing. There's the peach wine that I took part in as an actor, which was the short film that I did for Miss Grace Burns. Shout out to Grace Burns. I was able to get in contact with her through this outlet involving our school, which I don't want to say because I don't want people to find me. It was just something that I was able to get in touch with her, and she's needed some actors for a short film that she wanted to get involved with, and I was glad, and I was able to reach out saying, hey, I would like to be a part of this, and I'd like to read some lines for some characters, or a character that she wanted me to take part in, and I was able to get the part. And not only that, but I was able to reunite with one of my friends working on this film. I don't know if you guys remember him or have seen him. That's my man Matthew Pilla. Shoutouts to Matthew. And I was able to act alongside him in a movie, in a short film. Even if it was short, it was great. I loved working with Matt. I loved working with Grace. I loved working with everybody that I was involved with in terms of a peach wine. We did that short film. All the filming for that short film was done in one day, and I'm glad that we were able to do it. We stood up to like 5 a.m. pretty much working on it. I didn't go to sleep until as soon as I went home at around 5. So that was just a fun experience. And it made me. It's one of the most riveting experiences of my life. It made me feel alive in a point of my life where I just wasn't getting, aside from YouTube, I wasn't doing a lot of production work. So that was fun. I was able to hold up a microphone. That was cool. Then after that, just things kind of went a little bit boring. Like I was in school, yeah, but I wasn't really doing a lot. Aside from that. And then I went to Universal for Halloween, for like Horror Nights in September. That was interesting, I would say. It was cool. I went with the same people that I went earlier this year, and they're always fun to hang out with. They're always great. I really had a fun time. If it was like getting to know these people more, like getting to know my friends more, it made me want to start a podcast with them. And that's when Hell and Back became a thing. Hell and Back was a podcast that we all started together when we were just hanging out and just talking, and just like, hey, one of us said, hey, let's talk about, if we're so good at talking about this stuff and being comfortable with each other like this, we should start a podcast. We should start a discussion where we just talk about whatever. We just kind of riff on each other's discussions, and we just, all of us just said, yeah, let's do it. And like it's fun, and since then Hell and Back was born, and we just made it like a tradition for us to reunite and get together and just talk about whatever came to mind, and just ask each other questions, see our perspectives on things, and it was great. Please, just like that's a call for you. Please check it out. We just talk about stupid stuff and ridiculous stuff, asking each other questions. We have some upcoming episodes that I want to upload more of whenever I get a chance to. Definitely heading into the new year with that in mind. Then the big thing that happened to me was I officially became a YouTube partner around, I would say, October, definitely October. That changed everything for me. That was a big thing. never would I have thought I would have got to this point in YouTube where I was able to become a YouTube partner and have such a long standing point on this platform where I just keep making videos and people watch them and people see all that I have done and see that all that I've created and people just enjoy it. It's been crazy. It's been crazy, and I only dream about it. But now I'm at the point where it's just, yes, this is something I can earn money from. It's something I can do potentially for a living. I don't know if I would, but it's nice to have that thought. It's nice to have that avenue that I can go to. And then from that point, it's just it was great. It was great. It definitely changed things for me. It made an impact. I don't know how far I'm gonna go into it, but it's nice to have that option. It's nice to have that. I started a list of movies that I've never seen, and I've been trying to get into more of that. I watched a couple films that might be surprising to you, but since, you know, like I do movies and stuff, I haven't watched a whole lot of movies, so I've been committed to watching those. I watched like Fight Club for the first time. I watched what was it? I can't even remember. Memories of Murder came from that list, and I watched it, and definitely one of my favorite movies ever. At this point, honestly, I think I might. If I haven't given it like a 5 stars, it's a 5 stars, definitely. Right at this point, it's a 5 star. So there's that, and then the second part of the peach wine thing, the actual movie, the movie Peach Wine. So if you haven't known, they split Peach. There's the Peach Wine short film, and then there's the Peach Wine actual film that Grace made. And I was brought in as a production assistant. Now, what it really meant was that I was just there to help over there at Matt's place, and all they wanted me to hold their dog, hold Matt's dog, and just from him not interrupting any scenes, essentially. So I was just a dog caretaker at some point. At that point, just taking care of the dog while they were filming a scene, and that was something. That was something, alright. But what it ended up happening was I was credited in the movie, and they were actually able to put that film into a theater, and it was incredible. It was one of the most amazing experiences that I've ever had in my life. Seeing my name dropped into the credits it's something that's going to be cemented in my head for years. It's something that I'm never going to be able to shake off. It feels weird talking about it now because I don't really actually believe it, but it happened, and it's crazy to me. It's crazy that it happened. And so that was just something I was blown away by. I started doing live streams. I started doing all these videos or like live videos where I talk and do Fortnite content. I'm not gonna just do Fortnite. I'm probably gonna end up doing some other play some other games that I'm interested in. Games that I want to definitely like, that I actually think would be interesting to talk about and interesting to play. And seeing all these people, just the interactive experience of streaming is what I like the most. And seeing you guys pop up in the comments, it's great. I love it. And I want to do more of that in the future. Definitely heading into 2024 with that. On other news, though, that's essentially what I did throughout 2023. If I forgot something, you guys know me. You or if you don't, you know, I'll remember. I'll remember in the future. But that's pretty much the major things that really happened to me this year that were pretty huge. Other than that, I gotta confess something, really. That's something that's been on my mind for a while, and despite everything that I've said and how I've been doing a lot this year, I haven't really done anything creatively this year. Aside from the Peach Wine thing, I haven't really gotten involved in any other major productions. And aside from the YouTube videos, there really hasn't been really a thing where I was getting involved in student films or any films at this sort, and I kind of want to change that. like, I felt like I was cooped up into this box that it was able to get out, couldn't get out of, but everyone was able to get out of it, but I was just left behind. And it was weird. I wasn't able to handle it right, and I felt sort of limited in what I could be able to do, and I felt stuck. And it sucked. It really did. And I didn't really post much content this year. And honestly, I want to change that. I want to make silly videos that make people laugh, but I also want to make content that is meaningful. To keep it simple, I want to make art. Something that people keep coming back to because it makes them feel special. And I love making those kind of videos because, and for the longest time, I felt like I had to choose between making those two types of content. But I realized I don't really have to do that. I can make a goofy video and I can play Fall Guys for one day and make a whole Defunct Land-esque documentary on Cartoon Network's attempt at including live action content into their programming. I could do that. That's perfectly fine, and you know what? That's okay. I realize that now. I don't want to be known as that guy that makes that one type of video all the time. I can expand my horizons. I want to try new things. I'm constantly working on bettering myself and my content. I know it sounds cliche and formulaic, I know, but it's the truth. I want to be better. And next year is a chance for me to show you all what I'm capable of. Despite the fact that it's looking like it's going to be a lot of trouble to go through, if you thought 2023 was bad, 2024 is going to be a shit show. But if it's going to be a shit show, I want it to be a shit show with you guys. Stay safe, everyone. Happy New Year. Let's get it done.